Hello everyone and welcome to another video on stoichiometry. Today's lesson is relevant both for iGCSE and IB chemistry. I'm going to be talking about how we're going to use the equation n equals v over 24. Now 24, the units for this are decimeters cubed per mole. Now let's explain a little bit what this equation means. It means that any gas under standard temperature and pressure takes up 24 decimeters cubed. A decimeter cubed is a liter. It doesn't matter what gas it is, it will take up 24 decimeters cubed. Now, how can we use this in an equation? Now, often they'll ask you how much volume of a gas you produce in a reaction. So we need to start off with our basic stoichiometry and later in the question use this equation. For example, let's say they tell you in the question that you have 3 grams of magnesium to start with. Okay. Now, remember in stoichiometry, the best place to start is with the equation N equals m mass over mr or ar, depending if you have an atom or a molecule. So 3 grams, which is from the question, if you go to the periodic table, you will see magnesium has an atomic mass of 24 grams per mole. If you do the calculation, you get 0.125 moles of magnesium. Second step always in stoichiometry is to do a ratio. For every 1 mole of magnesium, I make 1 mole of hydrogen because of the coefficients. So it actually means I should make, theoretically, 0.125 moles of hydrogen too. And here is where our equation comes into play. Now, if you rearrange this equation, the volume of hydrogen you should make is N times 24 decimeters cubed per mole. So the N we said is 0.125 multiplied by 24 gives us 3 decimeters cubed. So for every 3 grams of magnesium with 100% yield, you should make 3 decimeters cubed of hydrogen. Now, you do not always need to use this equation when you're doing reactions with gases. And this is my second example down here. Because we said the principle that all gases occupy the same volume if you're in the same temperature and pressure, and it doesn't change during the reaction, you don't necessarily need to use this equation. Now, for example, they might say in the question that you start off with 100 centimeters cubed of C2H6, which is ethane. Now, you could convert this to decimeters cubed and use our equation N equals to V over 24 to find the moles of ethane and do this whole process. But there's a much faster route, because since all gases occupy the same volume, then we don't need to convert to moles. Okay, we're not dealing with solids or liquids or aqueous solutions. So if 1 mole of ethane reacts with 1 mole of hydrogen to make 2 moles of methane, then what that means is that if we have 100 centimeters cubed of ethane, we will need the same ratio, so 100 centimeters cubed of hydrogen, because it's a 1-to-1 ratio. And how much methane do we make? Well, you just multiply by 2, 100 times 2. So we make 200 centimeters cubed of hydrogen. You would get the exact same answer if you used the equation. However, this is much faster. So if you see an equation where everything is a gas, then you can use the simple ratio trick to avoid calculations. Thank you very much for listening. I hope this video helped. See you next time.